Good evening, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Updates with Precious, another beautiful day to talk about the things that happen for inside Nigeria. My name is Precious, and it always with my belly to bring on an update of the things that we share for Nigeria. So plenty, just plenty for grant. And also, we don't bring on a face one of the things that really happen for Nigeria. I may not repeat some of the things I said earlier, so I'll just go straight to bring you more because we have more stories, and then nights don't come make up for no take one at time too much. So let's get started with the conversations one at a time. So Benue killings, Nigeria government don't say they go rearrange your water massacre suspects on Monday. Say they go arraign the water massacre suspects, and people they look forward to seeing the people then way they go arraign for this matter because the villagers were specific about the people we killed them. They were specific about the people. So make we see the names and what they go put as people where we say they say and then kill these people where they don't arrange. Meanwhile, still get to do with insecurity. Para schools and say they will finally reopen as security situation don't improve for the state. Thank God for that. On the market crisis, AVID backs IPOB linked. IPOB linked is at home plan for February 2. And in case you don't wonder within AVIDB, I will let you know on American veterans of Igbo descent. Them be all right. So let's move on. As 2027, Atiku meets ADP national chairman as rumor of Obi Kwankwaso tickets. What did he go meet ADP national chairman for? I will let you know. Electoral Act amendments meaningless without enforcement. That's now waiting for London talk. Tinubu's aide Bayo Nanoga calls for extrajudicial killings of vandals and thieves. And Aisha Yusuf for answer and say, now you, they for start first, they kill. They for shoot you first. Eh. And then Oyetola kicks as Oshun Assembly accuses ex-governor of diverting 50 billion local government funds. Police arrest two sergeants over armed robbery, gunpoint vehicle theft in Benue, AK-47 recovered. And Jigawa court remained social critic Zainab Umar after dispute with governor's aide. Plus, including, say, Ghana police don't arrest suspect over threats of bringing Boko Haram into Ghana amid chieftaincy disputes. On they get chieftaincy dispute, you can't threaten they say you go bring Boko Haram. Just see the way Ghana used to treat the matter. Instantly, they don't even want to hear news at all at all. They treat them sharp, sharp, sharp. They don't want to hear say they shoot bird, mama fly. Well, Nigerians, welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure to bring you things that happen for inside the country. Plus other headlines that will be so we don't some of the ones to talk with. I told you earlier that terrorists overrun Aguara in Niger State, burned police headquarters, church as residents cry for help. And then I also did tell you that Aguara attack can raises alarm, seeks federal government's intervention, and police confirm say truly them burn their police station. That's so it be. Meanwhile, defense minister don't tell communities to stop harboring bandits, other criminals. Now waiting then tell them. And then Wike purchases distributes new 2025 Toyota, that is brand new 2025 Chacha Toyota buses for Tinubu's campaign after refusing to pay teachers' salaries in Abuja. And that one don't, people don't they cry about that. Plus, including say, as it get to do with insecurity, Kaduna don't tell the people, you know what, it don't reach when on go begin protecting ourselves. Christians, Kaduna Christians, please protect yourselves. That's not waiting Kaduna Christians. Don't they tell them. So, Nigerians, welcome to the show. Joining us inside the studio now, Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you join us every Sunday and Friday. Welcome, sir.
Precious, how are you?
I wish I could say I'm fine. I could be better.
At least you're alive.
Yes, I am.
What has not happened to you?
I want to report somebody to you before you start. Different people they want to report to you. Sharp, 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 sharp. One, your brother Peter Obi. Peter Obi talk say, in fact, make I play you a video of waiting in talk. Before I play you that video, I tell you one way talk about our president. How he go accuse our president say for the 31 years of January, our president 31 years, for the 31 days within inside January, our president get mind spend a whole a whopping how many days again? 23 days inside the 31 days for outside the country. That kind of thing good, sir. He accused our president, sir.
No, he didn't accuse your president.
Mm.
He just told your president the obvious fact. You can't have a president who's all over the place looking for investors, and meanwhile the the businesses in the country, uh, companies in the country, they are collapsing, they are closing up. He's not bothered about it. He's talking about signing the MOUs that we don't know when those MOUs will come to life. So it's unfortunate that we have found ourselves in the country where it's only in our country that your president will disappear and reappear. It's only in our country that your president is all over the place begging investors to come in. I mean, if things were working, you don't need to beg anybody. Nigeria is a large market for whatever you want to do. So going about begging people, it's like for me, it doesn't make sense. I just think that we just have leaders who believe in frivolities, who believe in spending. Moreover, our president must enjoy. Don't forget, it's a new presidential jet he has. He must enjoy it now. So what do you expect? He must enjoy the jet. You think he'll just buy it and leave it there? It has to be enjoyed. It must be on the air, like some of our pastors are doing, using the money of their congregations to buy jets, build churches, schools that the congregants cannot have their children in it. So that's where we are. He must enjoy the jet.
So before I go back, so in the support person Peter Obi talk say why person will spend 23 days out of 31 days.
The president needs to sit down in Nigeria and face the issues. We have a lot of challenges. We have challenges in our health sector. We have challenges with power. We have challenges with bad roads. We have challenges with bad governance. Mr. President, put your ass on your seat and do your job.
Okay. All right. Make I take you for another one. No vex. So before we come back to Peter Obi now. Now, Wike, actually, I don't know whether you see this video yesterday or you're waiting a memo bong talk yesterday. PDP spokesperson talk yesterday. Yay! They subtly accused Wike, saying not talk anything, no, but saying when the judge of the Federal Capital Territory go fit get mind, go pay a courtesy visit to a sitting minister, and they tell and say, I can't greet you and I can't tell you, say, we no get land, we no get house for Abuja. And after then, the FCT minister come begin say, we will look into we will begin looking into how many judges on a day again, we will begin looking into say how judgments will go in favor. Prince Francis Chilaka, is that not very indicting for a whole minister? So, and then Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory, Justice John So I be one play you evidence where the spokesperson of the
No, Precious, hold on. You see, what we have playing out in Nigeria is an aberration. When you talk of good governance, when you talk of true democracy. True democracy means that there are three arms of government: the executive arm, the legislative arm, and the judiciary arm, and they all work independently. But unfortunately, the system you have work in Nigeria is such that the judiciary and the executive arm depend on, the judiciary and the legislative arm depend on the executive. So they have allowed the executive to usurp their powers. That is why you can see, a judge. Do you know what it means? The man in charge of all the judges gather in people, they wear their regalia. All of them, they go pay homage.
In Abuja
only. And you expect that from what you've heard, from the thing you've seen, you expect that they would pass any judgment against a Wike. Who born monkey? Where they won't start from? Where they won't pass? You don't forget, say, the man when they pay the man when they blow the flute, now they decide the kind of music where they go sing. You cannot invite a DJ to your party. The DJ will come, they play what you don't want. Nobody go pay him. I go pay him. You invite MC to come anchor your program. The MC reach there, come they talk rubbish. You never collect the money now. So this is where we are, and that's the reality on ground. The reality on ground is that people have sold their consciences, all for pittance. They there is no justification for what the Honorable Justice did. There's no justification. We keep talking about the fact that the judiciary is failing. It's failing the Nigerian people. And then they keep doing more things. They keep doing things that expose them. It's very, very shameful, honestly. When you watch that video, you find a whole justice shaking in front of a minister. Shaking.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Shaking?
You need to watch that video very well. You need to watch it very well. It simply shows you how bad things have gotten into this country. How everything has been thrown to the dogs. That is the truth. It shouldn't happen in any way. It shouldn't. And then the minister started asking you, how many will I be? Do you know what it means? It's like talking to his errand boys. Those my boys, so they can Otimbu, as they call them, thugs, touts. They carry back for them. How many will I be? We go do that operation. And you know how arrogant a Wike can be. And he had to show it. He had to show that, yes, I'm in charge. You guys are beggars.
Is that how the thing appeared, sir? But people
Yes,
are
from
saying
the
there's
video,
nothing wrong with it now.
From the video I watched, that is how it appeared.
But people say nothing there wrong with them now. Person go visit person, do courtesy visits, say we no get land.
You go do courtesy visit, precious, hold on. You are not supposed, first of all, as a judge, you are not supposed to take sides. You are not supposed to be seen as someone who is taking sides. You're supposed to be seen as someone who is neutral. You go and pay a courtesy visit. It's allowed. Anybody can pay courtesy visit. But when you go to pay courtesy visit and you begin to make demands, you begin to ask for a favor, it is beyond courtesy visit. It simply means that the real intent, the original intent, was to go and ask for favor. So it wasn't just a visit. It was to go and ask for favor. So they know what they were going there for. And the Wike knew what they were coming there for.
Hey.
It's like going to visit your in-laws. You go there, you reach there, you now start telling your father-in-law to give you 1 million naira loan. Is it not embarrassing? It's embarrassing. So that's what they have done. They should go and greet him. Oh, okay. We came to welcome you to the federal capital. We are all neighbors. Now you there in charge of the FCT. Now we be the judges ready for FCT. We'll try to see how we can work together. But the moment you begin to ask favor from somebody, you have belittled yourself. You have cheapened yourself. Because if the person grants you the favor, you are owing that person a favor in return.
Hell.
And that's what people will say. You either pay by cash or by kind.
Ew. Okay. Now the reason why make Peter Obi today for a church event, they talk, say, make them pray for politicians. Say now politicians with the problem where Nigeria get, no be poverty, no be lack of respect.
Oh, you know now.
Make a quickly play that video.
You've seen, precious, hold on. You've seen in this country where, during the period of COVID, where palliatives were meant to be distributed to the people, you saw politicians hiding those palliatives, putting their pictures on it, and distributing it. And I keep saying that the people who demarket this country, it's not the citizens. It is the political class that are demarketing this country.
All right, so let's listen to Peter Obi say that. Please take a listen.
calling government. Remember in your prayer that God will touch our heart to use public money for public good. That is what the prayer. If we reduce it, Nigeria will be good. May God bless you.
Did you hear that? So let them remember them for their prayer. Make God touch their hearts to use God public money for the good of the people. Saying that them politicians, he carry himself put inside though. Saying that them be the real problem of Nigeria.
No, but it's right. But unfortunately, and sadly as it is, even the pastors where they go meet where they pray, are they clean?
Ew.
Are they water their onions? You they see pastors where they get so much scandal, then they come back, say as people they throw flower, then they dance acrobatic. Then they dance, they are so happy. This is the only country where the citizens will come out en masse to sing praises of those who are holding them captive. As they blame the politicians, we're going to blame the churches, we're going to blame the mosque. Because a lot of people who are supposed to be speaking truth to power, they are not doing it. Rather than their own pocket that they think of. A lot of pastors, a lot of imams are not thinking like politicians. They're thinking of their pocket. They're thinking of how much of the congregation money will go into their pocket. They're thinking of the next luxurious luxury car they're going to buy. They're thinking of how to fly abroad. They're thinking of private jets they're going to use. So the problem of Nigeria is compound. It has a lot of hydra heads. It's not something you can say if you say, okay, because if you're saying let us find the solution to the problems of Nigeria, religious institutions get their own. Schools get their own. Churches, politicians get their own. The citizens, Gongo, they get their own. Because only Nigeria here politicians go thief. Thief money will belong to the citizens. The same citizens go gather and say, leave am now. Leave am now. And you go soon finish in 10 and make it go. So we have turned into a country where chop by chop, that is what works. Integrity, honor has been thrown to the dogs. So that is why you can have anybody without anything to show. Just have the money. Go into politics. All your sins are forgiven.
Conversation for today, as Ibi said, the federal government don't talk. Say the people them, the people them we kill or massacre people for Yelwata. Say they go start to arraign them for court tomorrow, Monday. This one now for inside the statement we be say journalist on Sunday. And I talk this one from the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister for Justice. According to the statement, the accused persons will be brought before Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, following what he described as after a painstaking investigation and collaboration by government agencies. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation don't promise it in good draft. So with people there excited, say good news, finally, people will be say kill this number of people in very horrific ways, especially children, brand them alive, then go get justice. I mean, the justice process could begin start. However, so they talk about this one. A young missionary from America, Binde Yelwata, just as he don't also help, try to rebuild some houses for other places for inside Nigeria. He just finished rebuilding some of the houses for Yelwata, and today then dedicate them. But he said something very, very important. Before I tell you that and when you talk, we could just go straight to waiting. I think Reverend Dachumo been there for inside that place to dedicate the houses. Maybe still waiting Reverend Dachumo talk very quickly.
We're hearing a lot today, similar to what is happening in the Plateau. What you've seen today, what's your take on it, and what's your...
What we have seen 20, 30 years back, it's what has manifested itself today. Some people raised a monster to unseat Goodluck Jonathan. in the name of politics. Before I don't put my mouth in politics, I was wrong when Jesus opened my eyes and say, all power of heaven and earth has been given to him. Therefore, go into the world. If I am to go into the world, including the world of the politics, the world of economy, so that I will speak on what is going wrong. And I assure you, with what has happened, the monster has grown. After dealing with Christians in the far north, killing Christians, Maiduguri, Gwaza area, Borno, Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara. Then what next? The monster cannot see blood to suck anymore. That it invented killing my brothers, Muslims, whom are dying both in the mosques and everywhere. The primary aim is to kill the Christians. Now the Christians have relocated to the Middle Belt. What are they supposed to do? Is to invade on faith. My fellow brothers, I'm praying for this government. They have already infiltrated the government, in which I still continue to say the hands of the president is tied. Even when he knows there is a genocide, but he finds it difficult to say there is genocide. Because the insurgent have a hand in controlling the government. But when the government stood up and come out with the truth, that yes, there's genocide, I assure you, God will be invited to intervene. All what God wants us to do is to accept the truth reality. Then he will come in and help. But as far as you know the truth and you are denying the truth, that there's no genocide, then we are going to see trouble. My fellow brothers and sisters, I thank God for what God has used Alex to rebuild Yelwata. Now, Trump, American money is right here in Yelwata. These houses that have been built, rebuilt, so that the terrorists will see they have not succeeded in taking our land, our villages. People have come back to their camp again, to their homes. Even before they finish it, some people are waiting to enter. The question is, please, there are many houses that are yet to be touched. Can Benue government do something about it? Please. 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 Let my people come back home. Please.
Yes,
help us.
Your full name and your designation.
I am Reverend Ezekiel Gachum, the lover of this government, that I choose to give my life so that to stand on the truth is only the truth that can save this government. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
So, Prince Francis Chilaka, there's something very significant about what he said, that he said something very significant. He say, in American money, now they don't use renovate those houses. And that there are lots of other houses that are not renovated. Can the Benue State government pay attention to those houses that are not renovated? How does it feel that Nigerians are displaced in their own homes, in their own country? But somebody from another country can't help us, they rebuild some of it. Until now, our own government never begin make efforts to resettle some of these people the way they IDP, including people who be saying 10 years ago, now be say they come off for IDP camp. They never make efforts to rebuild their houses, to resettle them. It has to take an American missionary to start that process. Wait, when you finish, I will tell you what's in America. Wait, let me just take your thought and I go straight to what the American.
When I've listened to him, very emotional speech, which is expected. The question you should be asking is, do Benue people have a governor?
They don't.
Yeah, do they have a governor? Is Alia, Hyacinth Alia, is he a governor? Why has he not gone caps in hand to beg others governors? Why has he not done a fundraising to raise money? Why has he not gone to the state assembly to get a supplementary budget to be able to fix those places? But if it is to buy a car for himself, his family, and everybody, if it is to buy a car for the legislators in the state, he would have gone, the money would have come out. It simply shows you that these people you call leaders don't have value for the people. The people are not part of their agenda. The people are only useful for elections, bringing of elections, declaration of election results. That is all the people are useful for. So it is rather painful, that things will happen in Nigeria, even when you expect that Nigerians would help. Nobody. It's so painful. So for me, I think that Benue people don't have a governor. I don't know whether they have one, but from what has played out, it simply shows that the government itself in the state does not care.
All right, so let me quickly play what the young American missionary said, so you take a listen to him.
What happens in Yawata after this rebuilding? The government is liable. The blood is on your hands. We've come in good faith, with good heart, to help the people. What happens in Yawata after this rebuilding? The government is liable. The blood is on your hands. We've come in good faith, with good heart, to help the people, to rebuild where nobody is helping. But you are responsible to secure your own people. And there's security here now, but we can't see that they leave in 1 month or 2 months. I can't come back and see that Yawata has been burned and killed again. If it happens, you are liable. It is your job to protect them. And so I challenge you, I beg you, do your job. Protect your own people. The U.S. government knows what has been done here. They know the attack. They know that I am here. They know that we have rebuilt Yawata, and they support me. Congressman Riley Moore, he supports what we're doing. He knows. He has the geographical coordinates of Yawata. And we are all monitoring what is happening here. So please, protect your people. Do not let anything happen to Yawata again.
Thank you.
Hey, Prince Francis Chinaka. So he has to take a missionary to tell Nigerian government that if anything happens to your people again, now your hand, because now your duty. Please, what manner of insults is this that a young man, where this is supposed to be the ballet, they greet our president, go tell our president, say, now your work begins to protect your people, or yeah, come protect them. We have to be reminded of our own duties.
The truth of the matter is that they say when you go to fetch ant-infested woods, you are inviting the lizards, for dining and whatever. Why I'm laughing is the fact that he's re-echoing what every Nigerian has been saying. And that is the first responsibility of any good government is the protection of lives and properties of the citizens. It's not negotiable. It's their first responsibility. And then secondly, why I was laughing is that you've forgotten that this same Yelawata, while they were doing the reconstruction of that place, the place was still being attacked. And I can assure you that the security men you see there today, they will soon leave. And the attackers will come back. They will come back. Because the whole idea of that attack is to push the villagers into IDP camps. Because let us be honest with ourselves. Those who are living in IDP camps today, are they not from villages? Do they not have ancestral home? Why has the Benue state government not taken steps to go and rebuild the villages where those IDP people came out from and send them back home? Maybe the land, it could be said, the land is lying fallow. Or maybe the government has decided, you know the way government claim land in Nigeria. But I know that there must be people who are occupying those lands. We've heard reports about it. Who are those people? So it's so painful and sad that, you know, the things people don't take for granted in other climes, we take it for granted in our country. A lot of things that happen, we just take it for granted.
All right, so see, as we talk about this one, we hear say about 80 out of the 160 something people they will be saying kidnap for Kaduna say don't run, leave the kidnappers. Another 80 something still there with the kidnappers. They didn't say they were rescued. They say they escaped from the kidnappers. Even today, as we talk, here's a terrorist overrun Aguara for inside Niger State, brand police headquarters, and church. As residents don't they cry for help. Christian Association of Nigeria don't quickly respond and begin seek for help. Say make federal government intervene for this matter. Please don't confirm the incident. It's still like it's a continued attack. And somehow churches or Christian communities or Christians, they involved one way or the other. And our government they say no targeted genocide on Christians. And you will see political party faithfuls, they talk, say, especially those from Muslim extraction, they say, no, this is not about religion. These people doing this are not from any religion, they're miscreants. But they chant the name of it, they go by the name of your religion. And then we don't see you we don't see that anger. What did they use talk? Say, no, who are these people? Let's disassociate ourselves from them. Just the other day, we catch Miyetti Allah. They say they catch Miyetti Allah leaders, not members, and they agree and plead guilty to kidnapping, banditry, or aiding bandits. And guess what? We know see the Miyetti Allah Association, National Association, come out and say we reject these members, they are not part of us, we reject them. We never see Oga Sultan of Sokoto make a statement saying no. This part of Miyetti Allah who committed this offense, they are not from us. I think they're just criminal. At least let them disassociate themselves from the crime and feel sympathy and empathy for the people who are attacked. You see, this is the reason why it looks like it's a deliberate attempt, and then that's why Christians feel somehow when Muslims gaslight them by saying they feel gaslighted when they tell them that they are not from our religion. But when it happens, you don't talk. These people go by the name of your religion and associations associated to your religion, because we know say how many Christians they meet Allah. So that's the thing. So how do we help this issue when these attacks they continue every day, sir?
All right. When you talk of Miyetti Allah, it's an association for cattle realists, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes.
And I've been asking Precious, these cattle, don't forget that this whole problem started with cattle farmers, when they call them headers and farmers clash.
Well, that's what they call them, but many have said there's nothing like that.
Good. Now the question is, who are the owners of these cows?
Fortunately.
What is the statistics on the cows we have in this country? Can the governor of Niger State, the governor of Kwara State, the governor of Benue State, the governor of Borno State, all the states in the north, can they tell us, each state, that this is the number of cows they have? 1. 2, these are the owners of these cows. When you have that data, it becomes easy to know what to do. Why has the federal government and your legislators, why have they found it difficult to promulgate a law banning open grazing? Why are they romancing it when the issue comes up? You notice that when the late President Buhari was in power, we had Ruga. We had different names that they wanted to use to placate the whole thing. Yes, we had a lot of them. A lot of names came up. Now, none succeeded because the people became wiser. The Nigerian people became more informed as to the intentions of government. And if you recall, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, was in the forefront of saying, don't allow this thing to take place. And then the government went back and forth. And I'm asking today, why has the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government found it difficult liaising with, the National Assembly will have, like they know, anything he brings, they will approve. So why is it that the executive arm of government has not sent a bill to the National Assembly asking them to outlaw open grazing? And also put a penalty for those who own cows to say that if you refuse to ranch your cow, you will go to prison for 5-10 years with no option of fine. Why have they not done it? Because when you do that, it becomes easy for you to hold Mehdi Allah and deal with them decisively. But you also remember, at a point in time in this country, Mehdi Allah became more powerful than every other person. And then you said something about the Sultan of Sokoto and the northern elders coming out boldly to deny these people. They will not do it. They will not do it. Don't forget that it is the same North, your northern elders, who told Jonathan's government when he was doing everything possible to curb the menace of these headers, these bandits, these terrorists. They are the same ones who gathered to say, you are killing our children. You are killing our sons. So the sons have become something else. Do you know what is happening in Nigeria? What is happening in Nigeria is that you have a dog killing a lion. Is that possible? For a dog? If a dog kills a lion, you know that the hope has been lost. But that is what you have. The non-state actors are holding the government to ransom. And the government is looking powerless to them. So there's a lot of, today I was discussing with someone. I said, in Nigeria we have two types of Muslims. We have the Shiites, we have the Sunnis.
Sunnis.
And I'm asking, with these two groups, why do we still have this multitude of young Northerners as Almajiris? Because these two groups are headed by people who are well educated. The children of these two groups, the leaders of these two groups, their children are all schooling abroad, most of them. So why are they denying the ordinary people in the North basic education? So when I see the Arewa Consultative Youth Forum, or whatever they call themselves, making noise all over the place, and I ask them, in all of this, have you challenged your leaders to ask them why they are denying you people education? Maybe that's where they should start from. It's a solution. When people are educated, you will find out that a lot of people will no longer be going into the bush. Tell me, who is normal to live in the bush in this 21st century? Those days we used to believe that the people who live in the bush are herbalists. Today, the Herbalists have left the bush for bandits and terrorists. The Herbalists now, some of them are in the hospital, in the hotels, pressing laptop. So that's a big problem. It's a big problem. The problem is that the leaders of thought in Nigeria, the elders and the leaders who should speak truth to power, have all kept mute. And that is why evil is holding sway.
All right, sir. So let's move on to other political issues very quickly. So, where do I start from now? Okay. So, let's start with Wike. So, a video making the rounds on social media has revealed how Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, yes, Wike, purchased and distributed several brand new 2025 Toyota Hiace buses for the campaign of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Rivers State. Now, this was made known in a video posted by a social media user identified as Obias Hugo David in a post shared on X Twitter. According to the post, the buses were reportedly distributed to support Tinubu's political campaign activities in the state. So Obias Hugo questioned the source of funds that has been used to purchase these vehicles, raising concerns amid ongoing public complaints over the non-payment of teachers and FCTA workers generally. You would recall that the FCT minister had during the week stated that how is it possible that somebody cannot just bring up all the money and start paying taxes, paying allowances, because if you bring out all the money to pay allowances, what will we use to do other? What will we use to buy the vehicles? He said that. But before I go to that statement, let me quickly show you the snippet of that's it. These are the vehicles. All of them brand new 2025 model, according to what we hear. 2025 model. See all the buses. 2025 model. Now, a lot of people don't wonder, say, could it be the reason why, President Tinubu did very silent over obviously overreaching attitude? You can see the buses. So many of them. Brand new. Different LGAs get their own for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu re-election. And a lot of things they go through people's mind. In fact, first of all, make I play you the video when you talk, say, if they carry that money, how they will use the work, just so that, for record purposes, so we can see it.
Nobody can just bring out the whole money. Nobody can just bring out the whole money and pay allowances and wages. How will we buy these vehicles? How will we construct the roads? How will we rehabilitate the schools?
Okay. Nobody can just bring out the whole money and pay allowances and wages. If we do that, how will we have money to buy these vehicles? How will we? And people are saying that, do you not prioritize? We're still in February now, 2026. Campaign never officially starts. INEC has been quiet. There's been billboards of the president across different states in Nigeria. INEC never talk one. Is this not against INEC laws, first of all, one? And the president himself, somebody with good conscience, would you not say that, no, all these things people are doing when time never reached? No, please. In good conscience, wouldn't you have just rejected all of this and said no, reprimand the person, tell and say no? Settle with FCTA workers, let them resume work, instead of you to use courts to force them to resume when you haven't paid them. And then
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You see, I sometimes don't know where and how to categorize the political class. And it becomes more painful and more annoying when a politician suddenly becomes richer than the state. And then you begin to ask, where did the money come out from? Where did he get the money? So these are things we should ask. Where did he get the money? The other day I think it was on Friday, I was telling you that, what do you call it? That the FCT has been removed from the TSA.
Yes, you said so, sir.
It's not like it is a play, it is a reality. What that implies is that the FCT has a budget for everything they want to do. They have a budget for salaries, they have a budget for pensions, they have a budget for projects. If you move the money for salaries and use it to begin to pay for projects, that is misappropriation. That is enough to remove a serving minister. But then, I'll take you back to when we started. When we started your show, we were talking about the chief judge carrying his entourage to Wike to go and ask for land. And you expect that after giving them this land, you will win a case against the Wike in the courts. Now that's how you can understand the meaning of technicalities. Yes. Now that's how you can understand the meaning of, ITT, international thief, when fella sing. Now that's how you can understand, say, that they procure judgment for middle of night. Now, let us bring it back to the reality of what is happening now. How do you expect a man who bought that fleet of vehicles for the campaign of a president, how do you expect the president to see anything wrong in what he's doing and punish him? For the fact that those vehicles have been bought, for the fact that Mr. President's picture is on it, for the fact that Mr. President has accepted and has not rejected them, he owes a favor towards Mr. Wike now. You think when Wike opens his mouth and say, you think he doesn't know what he's saying? He knows what he's doing. He's balancing it. In one breath, he has given to judges. In the other breath, he has given to the executive. I beg, tell me, who go remove him? I mean, who want to remove him?
So he's consolidating.
So the people waiting for FCT or FCDA or FCTA, when they talk of salary, they go, hold on now, make another money, then they approve another money, from here they go fit pay them small. But then we should ask ourselves, is Wike being owed a salary? Is he being owed salary? Is his SA being owed salary? Is SA? Is all the political appointees working with him, are they being owed salary? Now only civil servants that they owe salary for this country. Because civil servants themselves, and then be the problem. And then they help these politicians, they commit crime. And then they help them, they loot this country. When the civil servants become real civil servants and realize that fact that they are more to be held accountable than the political appointees, this country will get better. So that's why sometimes when I see them crying, I laugh. It's like when I see lecturers, professors saying that they're not there, they're crying over salary. I laugh. Why do I laugh? Because these same professors are the ones who help people of no certification to become leaders in this country. If you help Agbero to become governor, who do you think Agbero will surround himself with? Not the same Agbero.
It's like.
So for me, when I see some people crying, I just look at it and say, these guys are not serious. Because it is the civil servants who help the politicians to steal. They know. They know what I'm talking about. And they all understand it. No minister go come out money from ministry account without the help of the civil servant. Is that the PAMSEC is with him, The director of social works is there. The director of this one is there. The clerks, those who carry the file, everybody's involved. But the unfortunate thing is that when the money comes out, they don't see it. But then they carry file, go get approval. But they continue. Now, talking about INEC, you say INEC, they keep quiet. What do you want INEC to do?
To talk, do their job, really.
What do you want, Precious, what do you want INEC to say?
Do their
What
job.
do you want them to say?
Do their job, sir. The job that they are paid to do.
Who they pay them salary? Who appoint INEC chairman?
No, this is not about salary. This is about the
Precious,
law.
who appointed the INEC chairman? Do you have an independent electoral commission in Nigeria?
Yes, we do, sir.
Is it independent?
It's supposed to be.
Since they changed the name of prisons to correctional center, did it change the behavior of those who protect, who watch over the prisoners, or the prisoners themselves?
We don't see correction, sir.
So, next base, second base.
All right, sir. So speaking of second base, very quickly, let's jump in on the IPOB case. As we hear that the American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, a United States-based non-profit made up of military veterans of Igbo ancestry, has announced its support for the sit-at-home order scheduled for Monday, tomorrow, February 2, 2026 in Nigeria Southeast. We know say a lot of things don't they, a lot of drama don't be behind this. So first of all, a lawyer don't sue organ governor, say you don't get the right to tell people to force people to start their business when you want them to do their business. They have the right to do their business anytime they want. And then secondly, Ejiofor will be the lawyer of the IPOB group. Don't come out and say this statement where Imapa for come out come make everybody sit at home. There'll be total shutdown in Igbo land, total shutdown on Monday in solidarity for people they really open their market. That means the market will still not open on Monday. That it is not from IPOB, that the IPOB disassociates itself from it. One, because in talks before now, IPOB never ever take responsibility for the enforcement of the sit at home. So they say their hand no for the sit at home. As their lawyer, he also said so. Then how come now it don't reach time when we say Anambra State government they do this kind of one now one country say now we do the sit at home. So say no, IPOB has never taken responsibility for the sit at home, and not be now they will start to take responsibility and calling for the sit at home by force on Monday. Say it go against between all of the talk that they do before and then believe it. Imapa have a response to it for saying a lie. You know, people tell us what to do. You know, go member again. They don't start as a lawyer. Saying that Nnamdi Kanu they give the order and anything when Nnamdi Kanu talk of law and saying he sounded like the directive was from Nnamdi Kanu. That's the way his message sounded, and it's a problem because people are saying that just when we think that calm when they return to the southeast, then this again. Now we'll have this American Veterans of Igbo Descent, you know, supporting the sit at home tomorrow. Meanwhile, that's a little bit unsettled with the marketers. The marketers beg them. They give them two conditions, one of which will entail that they start their business on Monday to end on Saturday, and they agreed. The next one, for make it scatter the whole market, reveal them. They don't agree for that one. So now when Soludo don't agree when they start, if they don't come market tomorrow again Monday now, another problem again. So let me take your thoughts on it.
Precious.
Sir?
Charles Soludo is chewing more than he can swallow. Charles Soludo should have applied wisdom and common sense in addressing the issue of this sit at home. I am one of those who will tell you categorically that I do not support the sit at home. I've never supported it.
Yes, you always say it.
Yes, and I've always said that if the people who are out of the southeast, the ones in Lagos, the ones abroad that are supporting sit at home, the ones abroad should not go to work on Mondays. The ones in Lagos, Ladipo Market, Trade Fair, Balogu, they should not put their shops on Mondays.
May they show solidarity. May they self no make money.
Yes.
As they support their other brothers for Southeast, may they no make money.
Exactly.
Including
You
the
can
ones
stay
that
in
are abroad.
your comfort zone.
Abroad, may they no go work on Mondays.
Exactly. So you can't stay in your comfort zone and be asking people to take a risk that you're not ready to take. Having said that, we should also ask ourselves, initially, the sit-at-home was voluntary. And people who genuinely believed in the cause of Nnamdi Kanu refused to open their shops. Before you knew it, we started hearing of what? Unknown gunmen. Out of the blues, they just came and started saying, that Monday, no movement in the Southeast. When this non-state actors started, where were the governors of the Southeast? They were all busy what? Sleeping, drinking champagne. That's what they were doing, traveling from Abuja, from their state to Abuja to go and wave at Mr. President when he's traveling. So that's what they were doing when they should have addressed that matter instantly. And I ask people, and I still ask you tomorrow, if you travel to the Southeast from Tuesday to Sunday, there are checkpoints mounted by police, army, road safety, and all of that. Why is it that on Mondays, these same policemen, these same uniformed officers vacate those checkpoints? Are they also obeying non-state actors?
Do they really vacate? Just to be sure, they vacate. They are not at the
Precious, they vacate. Do your investigation. I have asked people have told me that they vacate. Now, coming down to Charles Soludo's pronouncement and actions, what he should have done initially is to build trust. Because already there's a trust deficit between his government and the people. And that is where the entire Southeast governors should have sat down to say, how do we curb this thing? If they had done that, and then every Monday, they put out enough policemen out, put out enough soldiers on the streets, it will give the people confidence that will make them come out. Now, let me even play the devil's advocate. If tomorrow people open their shops and people come and kill people, what will Charles Soludo do? The only thing he will do is to send a letter of condolence and maybe visit the family of the deceased. But the dead is dead and forgotten. So the first thing he should have done is to ensure that on Monday, that the security is tight, visible. People on their own will come out. When he went to Onitsha market, you saw the number of police personnel that went with him, soldiers and everything that went with him. Why didn't he just enter his car with his driver and go to the market? You as a governor, you have security all over you, following you, crawling, licking your ass and everything. And so you feel that that is where the ordinary citizens are treated. No! So now, I know that his own grounds, he says that on Mondays, people move around, but the markets are not opened. And then they're bringing another angle to it, that those who refuse to open the market are supporters of IPOP. So anybody you see that is telling that they are supporting the people who have shops, it's their right. They pay their taxes. They pay their ground rent. They discharge their responsibility to the government. So why would the government, now you're saying you're going to force owners of private schools to open tomorrow. They're going to force public schools open tomorrow. Yeah, are you going to force the banks to open? Are you also aware that banks do not open in the southeast on Mondays?
So I heard too.
Flights don't come into the southeast on Mondays.
I heard so too.
So is it going to force the airlines to come and start operating in the southeast?
Maybe one of other
is it going to force the banks?
Flight to start working too.
So for me, this whole thing he's doing, this is not the way to go about it. He should have dialogue with these people, make them see sense, put out security, and every other thing would have worked. So yes, anybody supporting them has a right to do so.
All right, sir. Okay, sir. So let's quickly move on to other conversations, still in politics, by the way. We hear that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has met with the national chairman of the Action Democratic Party, ADP, Yabagi Yusuf Sani, and other senior executives of the party. Now, the meeting reportedly took place on Saturday yesterday at Atiku's residence in Abuja. The meeting is coming on the heels of rumors of an alliance between some opposition figures ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Now, there are rumors that former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi and the former Kano State Governor Rabi Musa Kwankwaso may get the African Democratic Congress ADC tickets to challenge President Bola Tinubu. Now, the move may not favor Atiku, who is also eyeing the ADC presidential ticket. In fact, before now, we've heard that the party people don't they try to talk to him, say he almost don't they, but this not them say with gossip, so please don't quote me. That they're almost at that level where they're sure that there is a consensus that let the Southerner go and let Kwankwaso deputize, or either Tambo or Kwankwaso deputize. There's almost that, according to gossips making the round. But the only thing keeping it now is that Atiku has not committed to a written agreement, like a written confirmation to that effect. And that's why people are worried. As a matter of fact, earlier today I did report that Kwankwaso is yet to join the ADC, and in people they attribute in not joining the party to the fact say now because of say he never still be sure say Peter Obi could get the tickets so that he could be VP because of waiting they happen for the party. So if he joins the party and Peter Obi does not get the ticket, then what's the point of joining the party? So,
you see, let me tell you something, okay, and that has been my view right from day one. I've always said that Elijah Abubakar Atiku needs to become an elder statesman. If ADC understands the body language of the electorate, and the electorate, I'm talking of Nigerians, I'm not talking of all these governors who have become, because they all have one vote. But I'm talking about the Nigerians, the ordinary Nigerians. If ADC understands their body language, ADC will not make the mistake that PDP made in 2022.
So I remember there is also the body language of the core northerners who are saying that if the core north is not represented, the core north, and that's why even though a Muslim has the tickets today in APC, they're still insisting that the vice presidential candidacy cannot be given to a northern Christian, still a northern now, their brother, but Christian, they're not agree. They say it has to be a northern Muslim. In fact, somebody even said it has to be a Fulani or Kaniru or, any of those tribes.
Precious, I'm sure you're referring to the likes of Raja Liu.
Not just him. Mr. Nawa said so too, not just him.
No, I said the likes. I'm not saying only him. But the point is that he has become his own voice has become the voice that is causing more problem. Unfortunately, these are people who they have no emotional intelligence, and they do not understand how the people feel, because they have no respect or regards for the people. So anybody, I keep saying it and I'll say it, anybody who comes up today to promote a Muslim ticket in Nigeria will not see the light of day. It will not. But then, let's talk about Atiku. I've always said that Atiku should become an elder statesman. that will nurture the younger ones into elective positions. That is what Atiku should be doing. We cannot afford in 2027 to have a president that will be sleeping and, falling down and, because we know that as elections are drawing closer, we hope we will not begin to hear another echoing of Balabu, Balaba, Bulaba.
No, sir. No. It's our president, sir.
No, I'm not. I didn't call anybody. I didn't say your president.
Oh,
I said I hope. It's like speaking in tongues. It's like speaking in tongues. Have you not heard different pastors speak in tongues? Every pastor has his own tongues that he has a way of expressing, not to him alone. But the point I'm trying to make is that I think that Atiku should be able to know that. Let me tell you the truth. Jokes apart, if you give a ticket to the north, you will find out that there will be a serious protest vote. Because people believe that Buhari has done 8 years for the north and the south must do 8 years. Or else, let everything be scattered. But that is justifiable. So if ADC believe and they want to make progress, they want to wrestle power from Bola Tinubu, their best target, jokes apart, is Peter Obi and any other running mate did not decide to give to him.
Okay, so this move that Atiku Abubakar is making now, what do you think it entails? What do you think it may mean? The danger it poses to the ADC? If perhaps it's getting out from the ADC, if possible.
Atiku will not pull out from ADC because Atiku is the one who started the campaign that
that's
whoever emerges.
And it's unfair. You see the problem now. And you know what they fair is saying start something, they no can't give a ticket for waiting in start.
No. ADC was not, the coalition did not start on the heels of giving ticket to Atiku. Please let us get correct. Let me correct that. The ADC did not come about because of the ticket being given to Alhaji Abubakar Atiku. No. Anybody that is saying that is saying the wrong thing. The ADC came about because we wanted to have a formidable opposition party. And that was when we said, let us go to ADC. So if Atiku decides to pull out, then it means that Atiku himself is not a patriotic Nigerian.
Okay, all right, sir. So let's move on to other issues. I mean, talking about what you just said now about Peter Obi being the only candidate and all that, I think Sheikh Gushomi echoed something like that yesterday when asked about how the PDP can revive again, if it's possible to revive the PDP on a channel television program, hard copy, I think. Here's what he had to say about Peter Obi.
The zoning. Let's see if we can wrap up the PDP. Zoning for the presidency for the PDP. The South.
I think the only way I told someone on another platform maybe a couple of days ago, I said PDP has played its hands completely in the South. It's now on the place where what they say, last card, check up. PDP is now at last card check up. And the only card they can play, ironically, is Peter.
Peter Obi.
That's the only card they have.
He's in the ADC.
Peter is not serious. He doesn't even know where his pathway to victory is. Peter could have stayed in his LP and there would have been a clear pathway to victory.
There was a leadership crisis.
Can you stop?
Uncertainty.
Every time Peter has to move, it's always somebody else but not Peter. I don't deal with that kind of laziness. The responsibility.
Are you saying that Peter B is lazy?
Extremely. When it comes to structural thinking, he's very lazy. He's lazy to think that if he had been in Abga all this year, he couldn't have built this crowd, he would have. It's lazy for him to say that to think that if he was in PDP, he couldn't still have been, he would have. It's extremely irritatingly lazy to think that if he can't solve the problem of the LP, he would have. Now he has joined himself with people that I know he can't even win primaries in their midst. I know Atiku very well, and nobody takes him for granted when it comes to primary. You know why? He has institutional experience of how these things have worked out since 1992. You don't come into a political party where that kind of man is running for ticket and you think you're just going to start screaming your balls and say, I'm not going to agree if it to be to who and who's going to listen to that nonsense. Then you have to look at the other stakeholders that are there. There's the Buhari groupings that make up a verified Pantami and all of that. You're going to bully those ones. Do they look like people that are easily bullied? So what are you doing there? If your numbers are your 6 million animated numbers that you got the last time, do you not understand that leaders have responsibility to manage the house? It's like the father of a house running out just because some kids are crying. Your duty is to attend to the problem. Some of them you have to punish. Some of them you have to scold. Some of them you have to pamper. Peter isn't capable of organizing anything apart from this silly show he does all over the place. But hey, it's still something because there's animated energy there. There's enough energy, and luckily for him, there's also some entitlement legitimacy.
All right. Would you like to react to that, sir?
Well, I sure me has its own views, and there are certain people today when they come out to attack P2B and pretend that they are speaking for P2B. You know where they're coming from. You know where they're heading to. You understand, where their pocket and their mouth lines. So for me, saying that P2B is lazy because he couldn't, you say he couldn't sustain Labour Party, he couldn't sustain PDP. I mean, Shobem is he in PDP?
He's still in PDP. He hasn't.
Which faction of PDP does he belong to?
Well, he's still in PDP. He's somewhere
Which faction of PDP?
We don't know.
No, because
He keeps
PDP
abusing all the factions. So we don't know which of them he's in.
So PDP has been factionalized, and it cannot belong to the two factions. Have they been, even before the factionalized PDP, were they able to remove a Wike from the party? They could not. And then when you come to Labour Party, I keep telling people, Peter Obi, the mistake people are making is that Peter Obi is not a member of the National Working Committee of Labour Party. He was just their presidential candidate. And immediately the election ended, that title ceased to exist. It ceased to exist. So there is nothing Peter Obi would have done to put Labour Party back together already, because people in the party already have started dining with the ruling party. And that's the same thing that's happened to PDP. You have a Wike holding PDP for almost how many years? With Obi, Wike was holding PDP to ransom. Why didn't the likes of Showemi go and rescue PDP? If Atiku, who got the ticket of PDP, could leave the party, why would you want a P2B to remain there? So when each time they talk about the fact that he left the party, they forget that Atiku was the flag bearer of PDP. So why didn't he stop a weekend? Why did they allow him to leave? You see the hypocrisy in some people when they speak. So all of a sudden, Peter Obi will be the one that will chase a weekend out of the party because he's the national chairman of the party or because he's the national secretary. When we bring those funny talks that some people talk, they just say it to placate the situation. They just say it to look nice. It's not the truth. It is not the truth. So we know that the quarrel, the fight in PDP, there is no solution in sight. So let us tell ourselves the truth. The South will complete 8 years because the North completed 8 years.
All right, sir. Okay. All right. Now one of the things we will help us do this work, we will do an electoral amendments, we will do the talk to determine a free and fair election. And people like Oga, a human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria's Femi Falana, don't they talk say, that amendment of Nigeria's Electoral Act would be meaningless if political leaders continue to ignore enforcement of existing laws. So, say the fact that they amend the Electoral Act without, ensuring say they even work on the one or abide by the one way they say no go fit bring out anything. Okay, how about if you finish amending it and president refuse to consent? And how about if he consents, then we still get glitch as we get? Does it make any sense? Will it make any sense? That now waiting people they talk.
Well, everybody today knows that for you to have a credible election in Nigeria, the Electoral Act has to be amended. It has to be amended. Well, apart from just being amended, it must be implemented. And what we will say to the National Assembly and to the executive arm of government is that in amending the Electoral Act, please don't bring too much grammar inside. Don't make it look, in such a way that we're going to look for, we have to say and, with a hyphen, and, with full stop, and, with comma. Make we not enter that situation where the court will try to explain to you the three different and. They must do it in such a way that it is transparent, it is easy to read, it's easy to communicate to the people, to translate to the people. It's very, very important. And when you are doing that Electoral Act, they should also remember to put inside it boldly that going forward, if you decamp from one party to another, you lose the position you are holding in that party. Because this is what we need to give us a credible democratic system. You cannot, in good conscience, leave the party that gave you power to another party and you carry their power. It's like somebody coming from his house that wants to charge his phone because he doesn't have light. And when he's going, he takes the only torchlight you have. Is that not wickedness? So we must have an electoral law that is friendly, easily translated, easily explained to the people. So that this whole thing about after election, everybody's going to court, we have to find a way to minimize it. And the only way we can minimize it is through the amendment of the Electoral Act.
Okay, sir. So, going back to Peter Obi again very quickly, a lot of people been of the opinion saying he supposed work on the obedient group as much as possible so that they will become a force outside the Labour Party. And people thought he didn't take advantage of the obedience, that organic obedience movement. And I think one of those people I wanted to say, I feel like more like making a mockery of the obedient movement today than an interview was with Aisha Yesepo is when they try to ask Aisha, the obedience movement, they see they exist. Here's what Aisha had to respond to him.
Curious, though. I thought that the obedient movement fizzled out or died after the 2023 election. Is that movement still alive? I dare see anyone called obedient presently.
Sure. I'm like, did I enter show? Am I?
I'm curious.
No, you're curious. You were just speaking earlier on of who is commanding or not commanding obedient movement, and then the same you are asking me a question in the next breath.
I'm just curious.
Whether there's don't worry.
Is it still active?
They are selling curiosity in the market. When we go to buy, we'll find out the answer.
Are you an obedient?
I don't know.
Are you an obedient?
I'm a Peter Obi supporter. Go ahead. If that curiosity will buy it, whatever it is.
So you are not an obedient?
I'm a Peter Obi supporter.
But you're part of the obedient movement?
I'm a Peter Obi supporter.
Do you think that the obedient movement or the support base of Peter Obi, as it was in 2023, still
it's stronger? It's stronger than it was.
The numbers have increased?
Oh, Lord have mercy. You don't.
Let me take your feedback, sir. Do you think that was just a direct?
I think the question is asking is not necessary. The obedient is intact. The obedient is going to have more, they've grown in numbers than they were before the 2023 elections. The obedient has grown in numbers.
You think so?
I know so. And people need to understand the love the people have for Peter Obi is organic. It's not the kind of love that all these fake politicians are enjoying, where it is when they bring out money that people will come and try and gather for them. No! Peter Obi know they give shishi. You know they give shishi. So those who campaign, those who support, those who work for Peter Obi, they do it free will, they do it. They do it as a free will. They don't do it, because they are getting anything from it. So let that question was not necessary. Don't bother yourself about whether obedience are organized or not. Anybody saying that Peter Obi did not take advantage of the obedient does not know what he's saying.
All right, so Nigerians phone lines are open. Let's quickly have you jumping in the conversation if you'd like to say anything very quickly within the next couple of seconds before we wrap up the show. 08170294077, that's the number to call. 08170294077, or you follow the link of the pin post, and that link will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation live in the studio. I have a lot to say, but I don't know how to even go about the lot that I have to say. But before I go to other issues, let me quickly bring to your notice what in Ghana do. So a Ghanaian boy, did they get chieftaincy problem for inside Ghana? They come threaten their people, say, if you not do this, I will bring Boko Haram. Ghana intelligence, sharp, go catch them. So they need a joke with that kind of thing. Make you not bring that kind of play within Nigeria, come near us, sharp. How you see their reaction to that?
But that is the way it should be. No, that's the right thing to do. When this Boko Haram and started in the north, we came out and said, stop this nonsense. We said, stop this nonsense. But the government refused to do the right thing. So please, let us, it is not an issue for deliberation. What the Ghanaians are doing is the right thing they should do, please.
All right, good evening and welcome, Marvelous.
Good evening.
Yes, please.
First of all, good evening, Priscilla. Good evening, Precious.
Thank you. Good evening.
Let me thank Priscilla for answering that question. Obedient movement is still very, very stronger. It has even grown in number, and it is intact. And it's growing day by day. So Nigeria must be better. Nigeria must be respect and grow for the betterment of Nigerians. That country must be great. So that's for that. As for you, brother, sometimes the way you talk about your president, your this, if let's say the papa them,
will you stop it? 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 You don't want me to do my job that I'm doing. I know they pamper anybody, but if I pamper your candidate, you go like him. And you know go like make a pamper another person. Make a no balance equation. I they talk I they see good thing and I they talk them well. But when it reach time when it be say I get guests to interview, I not get to align with the guest. I get to ask my question and balance my conversation.
I'm not saying you should align with align with any work. But that says sometimes we need to pamper the president, we need to talk at night.
And the problem. Now I'm not gonna let you finish this stuff because the problem where you get be saying no even more reading between the lines. As you see me, they do that. You need to even read them. Go back again. Go watch me. Like 3-4 times. Go. No, just go back again. Go watch again. Then come on your glasses. Watch them again. Then come back. What you talk. I don't go know. I see vision now because I wear glasses. I know say you said go wear. Go ahead, Marvelous.
Like I always say, please, that country needs reset. You look at what nonsense that that whatever that call himself a minister or whatever is doing. They're supposed to sack, they're supposed to patrol, go in village. You carry money, you supposed to pay workers, when you take pay wages, pay the civil servants their money. You take that money, you go buy boxes, when you want to campaign for election when you not go win. If Nigerians not be disgraced weekend for the nonsense they are trusting that guy don't commit for that Abuja, if Abuja people not be disgrace that guy, I don't know. The atrocity is too much. Whether now witches is our color, or whether they will not pass witchcraft, I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know what I would really call that. How can you go see human beings? People don't work for 30 days in a month. For you to pay their salary, you go sit down for their wages. You don't go release that money. So they even call a protest. So even the court when you give a judgment, say make these people come back to work. Is it not that place I still get question mark for? The judges don't know say these people they never pay them. That one another question. Does the judges are they not aware that these people their wages have not been paid? Or what is entitled to them has not been given to them? You see, that's why I tell you yesterday, say, so kind things when they go on for that place, where they go on for that Nigeria as a whole. It not go happen for now. Press go first when press carry that news, now press go first scatter up.
Which press? Which press? Just which press? The same press they call for media chat every time. Well, you know, here when somebody stated, was he not a Dele Momodu that stated that while he was governor, that there are particular media organizations that are on his payroll on retainership. So if the media house is there on the retainership, who won't write them? Who won't carry them? Because you don't know, say they're difficult. Do you know that media businesses in Nigeria are not profitable? That's why a lot of them are owing salaries. You don't know that. People where they struggle, they can't see politicians will give them money because they may they carry news. Are you serious? You people don't even know what is going on.
If it be like that, why the press? Why most of those? Why are they still oppressive?
So they should fold up then. It's better they fold up and leave it for the politician. No, it's better they fold up because do you know that most of the media houses in Nigeria, quite a number of them, are, if they're not owned by politicians, somehow financed by politicians, or a politician is a figure in the media house. How do you want them to manage? How do you think? How many adverts they? How do you want them to manage? Wow, let's be realistic now. Oh, it's gonna make me they talk what I'm not supposed to talk now.
What you're just saying now, if it's like that, which is that's a state capture. Because once you capture the press of the society, now you say you don't capture the country with that.
Which press? I beg, don't worry yourself. Marvelous, talk something else. I cannot talk past myself. I don't already talk past my boundary.
Maybe. Hey, God. Okay. What can I do? What's the question when I say maybe I still ask again now? Because I come across this Alex
Yes.
program, this Alex speech.
Yes,
So which means this guy is still in Nigeria.
yes, he is.
Therefore, he do well, at least he still help collapse the government. He's still doing his own part. So, the question is that I also heard that they said some mercenaries from Turkey, some of them are heading to the southeast or something.
Turkey mercenaries.
The Turkish mercenaries. Some of them are not heading to the southeast.
To do what?
I don't know. I think because I came across it on the blog or one of these blogs as well that due to the negotiation that the president signed with them or something, that some of them will be coming to Nigeria, some of them will go to Southeast and all.
I'm not aware of that, and I cannot admit to something I don't know. I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
The other question
Okay.
Chinaka is regarding this Nigeria issue of this weekend. How can the Nigerians come together to solve this weekend issue? The way this, with the kind of with the way weekend is operating in Nigeria, how can Nigerians, how will he advise that Nigerians should go about it, especially the people in Abuja that is facing these guys' wrath?
So
how will he advise them?
So you don't make a let Chilaka fall for the trap what you said for him. Okay, they don't set trap for you. They say make you advise. They say make you advise how Nigerians do you come together stop Wike. Oh yeah, fall enter the trap.
It is not Nigerians that have empowered Wike. So you do not expect the Nigerians who didn't empower him to stop him. The people who empowered him are the ones who will stop him. At the appropriate time, they will stop him. Because a leopard never changes his skin.
Okay. Thank you for being very technical in answering that question. Marvelous, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that's answer. Thank you very much, Precious.
Thank you. I beg Oga Prince Francis Chilakasa. I want to make you help me answer one question. Somebody asked me here, one Tata Awo, say, Precious, are you afraid of Nigeria? So are you afraid? Is Nigeria not in democracy? See, make I talk everything I want to talk to Nigeria did democracy.
Well, when you say democracy, you need to ask yourself, what are the instruments of democracy? Are you seeing them the way they should be? In a democratic setting, the legislative, the judiciary, and the executive are the three organs of government, and they should be independent. But are they independent in your country?
So they go first, they're independent before I go talk with you. I supposed to talk for democracy.
Exactly.
Okay. I hope that answers your question, Oga. Thank you. You're my savior this night. Thank you, sir. Prince Francis Chilaka, let me take your parting shot to wrap up the show tonight.
My parting shot, Nigerians, go out there, get your PVC, hold on to it, and use it judiciously. When they come with their onions, they come with their rice, they come with their 5,000, 10,000, please reject them. Because if you collect it, for every 1,000 you collect, they will collect 50 million naira from it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night and God bless you. I appreciate you. See you on Friday, God willing. Thank you so much. All right, Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. Thank you so much. You said Stockish mercenaries will be sent to Southeast to protect Muslims in Southeast, aka Muslim Igbos and all other Muslims in Southeast. All right, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Let's do this again next time. Please protect your mental health. You know, say while too much for inside this country. But before I go, make a leave on with this video where BC people use remind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu what he do Jonathan for 2015. Before 2015, waiting use and do Jonathan. Make a reminder on that. Remember to protect your mental health is very important. I love you guys. Stay out of trouble. Thank you so much for joining us. See you tomorrow, God willing. Goodbye and God bless.
When the incapable government of Nigeria, Poverty Development Party, they have nothing again to say. They now ask their integrity, the temerity, to question the qualification of General Buhari and look for a certificate. Shame on them. Today, Nigeria is challenged, economically challenged, physically challenged, security challenge. Who do we turn to? With General Buhari is the right man for the job. If you talk of military experience, he has it abundantly. If you talk of courage, he has it abundantly. If you talk of simplicity, he has it abundantly. If you talk of great determination, a combination of vision and ability to perform, honesty and integrity, he has it abundantly. I laugh when the incapable government of Nigeria, Poverty Development